fellow Americans. Tonight I address you regarding Africa. The troubles that impact Africa are undeniable. Whether it be the rampant HIV/AIDS epidemic or pervasive poverty, Africa is in large part dependent on foreign aid to maintain some semblance of order. One of the most important contributors of this foreign aid is the U.S., who, with past administrations, have contributed much to improve infrastructure and living conditions. They have also, by doing this, improved relationships with these African nations. However, the Trump administration's recent comments have greatly hurt their relationships with African nations. From the now infamous shithole comments of January 2018 and the proposed budget cuts to departments which work hard to fight AIDS and poverty, their relationship with African nations has suffered greatly. Fitting in with the trend of the Trump presidency as a whole, the relationship with African nations appears to be constantly changing. This negative relationship is harmful to the U.S. in that it limits our ability to form alliances with other nations, to bolster military troops in African regions, and inspires anti-democratic revolts in nations which were previously moving in a positive direction. This issue of our strained current political relationship with African nations is a clear problem that must be remedied both for the good of our own nation and those African nations. To solve this problem, we must act as individuals to contribute to organizations which will help to fight AIDS and poverty in Africa. This will help to offset the detrimental decreases in government spending onto those organizations. To improve our relationship with these nations, we must as a government stop cutting spending to help them, but instead increase it. As a people, we must protest our government and we must work hard to try to get our government to spend money to help these nations. This will both improve our relationship with those nations and improve conditions in those nations. While the concept of international relations is extremely complex, evidence from past mistakes show us that there are simple steps which can, but are not, being taken which could greatly improve our relationship with African nations. These steps we must take to solve this problem. God bless you, and God bless these United States of America.